Yesterday, I did a video about Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba, depending on your preferred pronunciation. We talked about what developer might be developing the game, we talked about what genres the game could possibly be in, and I even mentioned that we would be getting additional information about the game very, very soon. Because surely, we're gonna get more information when the Japanese website launches, right? Well, I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news. The good news is that the website is up and running. You can go to the website right now and browse at your leisure. Now, I will say there's not a whole lot to look at on here, but you can absolutely go to it and check it out yourself. I'll leave a link to it in the description. On the left-hand side, you're going to see official key art for the mobile game, which looks outstanding, by the way. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see a placeholder render of Tanjiro, which is there to represent the console game for which they have nothing to show yet. Which, needless to say, was a little bit disappointing. Even more disappointing than that, there is no additional information about the console game. There is still no developer. There is still no gameplay screenshots. There's still no genre revealed for the game. There's no official artwork like a box art or anything like that. We know nothing about this game still. I'm so mad. Oh wait, that's actually a lie. We did get one piece of new information. We have the official Japanese logo. That's it. That's all we got. But wait, there is hope. Right after the official launch of the website, an article was released about the two games. From this article, we now know that the game is going to release in 2021, and the publisher is Aniplex, and that's it. Oh wait, we already knew all of that, and we found out nothing new. A whole website came out, and a whole article was written about the game, and we still know nothing. Send help. We got a brief description of the story, but that's a description of the story, so if you've seen the source material or you've read the source material, it's nothing new to you. It's not a description of how the story is going to be told in the game. It's just something that they mentioned in the article to help people understand what Demon Slayer is if you've never heard of it before. You seriously don't know how much pain I was going through looking for additional information about the game as soon as the website launched. I was frantically running around the internet, checking every nook and cranny I could, but alas, we are still in the dark. There is no information. Quite frankly, I think we're going to be in the dark for some time now. I think it's going to be a long while before we start hearing any additional information about this game. As much as it hurts me, I think that's going to be the case. Based on the fact that the game is going to release in 2021, the game will probably in some way touch on the movie that we haven't seen yet, and it's also probably going to touch on Season 2, at least a little bit. Maybe it will tease it, maybe it will actually incorporate Season 2. I think they have enough content to work with just from Season 1, but even more content can't hurt, right? It's just so hard to have this conversation without even knowing the genre of this game. Seriously, that would change it a lot. If we knew what genre of game this was, we could actually talk about this game regardless of information, right? Because we have so much we could speculate about, but it's so silly to even have any of the conversations like, what characters are going to be in the game? How long is the game going to be? What is it going to cover? It's like an impossible conversation to have unless we know the genre, right? Because if it's an arena fighter, you could have pretty much an infinite number of characters. If it's a 2D fighting game, you've probably got significantly less characters because you need to focus more on balancing as well. If it's a story-driven RPG, you've probably got like 3 playable characters, maybe 4. If it's an original story, that's a whole other conversation. If it covers the events of the anime, well then it covers the events of the anime, and we need to figure out how far into the anime does it go? Does it go to the end of Season 1? Does it go to the end of the movie? Does it go to the end of Season 2? These are conversations that we can't have unless we know what type of game this is. I'm gonna be in so much pain until we find out more. Come on, Aniplex! Just tell us! I'm starving. Now, I'm probably never going to seriously cover the mobile game, but there was some pretty cool information revealed about it once this website went up, which makes sense because it's releasing in 2020, well and truly before the console game. First of all, we found out who's developing the mobile game, which is pretty cool. The company that's listed as the main developer I've never previously heard of, but those guys are being helped out by a company called Salil. If you're watching this video and you've heard of Salil before, it's probably because they are the developers of Shinobi Striker. They're also the team who's developing the Samurai Jack game coming out later this year. So that's pretty good news for this free-to-play Demon Slayer game. The genre isn't as non-descriptive as the console game's genre is, but it's still pretty bad. The mobile game's genre is, and I quote, asymmetric battle style survival action. Now, you still might not be sure what that means. Don't worry, me either. I have no clue. But they do have an official Twitter for this game already, and the Twitter shows us the English name, or it might be the English name, it might be a translation, and it is Kimetsu Royale. So I'm assuming the English name will be like Demon Slayer Royale. So perhaps we're looking at like a Battle Royale style thing. That would be pretty cool. Soleil is no stranger to making anime games in genres with no anime history at all. I mean, just look at Shinobi Strikers. Obviously, this type of team-based hero thing has been done before, but not really in anime. So perhaps they're just trying something different. And perhaps this speaks to how Aniplex intends to handle the Demon Slayer IP when it comes to video games. Maybe they're thinking outside the box. Maybe the console game isn't going to be an arena fighter after all. Maybe the Demon Slayer Souls-like game or Demon Slayer Sekiro-style game that everyone seems to want isn't so out of the realms of possibility. Heck, maybe the 2D fighting game I want isn't out of the question. The mobile app also featured a description of how the game's going to be played. It was a bunch of like marketing words. It was nothing really gameplay substantive, though it did say specifically that Demon Slayers would be battling against demons. Perhaps this is some type of reference to a team-based system. I'm honestly not sure, but what I am sure of is that it's really nice to have even the basic information for this mobile game, as opposed to the situation that we have with the console game, where we have a release year and a logo. Unless we get some more information about this Demon Slayer / Kimetsu no Yaiba game pretty soon, probably won't be covering it for a while because there's not much to talk about, because Aniplex is just spoon-feeding us information here and there rather than just giving us everything. It really sucks that we don't even know a developer. We don't even know the developer. How crazy is that? I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you follow my channel, you're probably passionate about quite a few things. Most of it anime related. You can get some pretty cool anime related posters on Displate.com. The posters on Displate are made out of metal, and because they're made out of metal, they're much less fragile than a plastic or paper poster that you would get from somewhere else. If you'd like to support the channel, you can use my link in the description to go to their website. That way they know you were sent there by me, and you can also use code BILBSY for 15% off any purchase. My name has been Bilbsy, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next video.